So excited today. It's me, Jennifer Jones, and so it's amazing how many realtors say, what do they say, Courtney? Right? And it's so crazy because our team does about 100 leases a year. And the whole thing is, what would that lead to? If someone's doing leases, what is it going to lead to for them? Yeah, absolutely. And also the rent to own, right? So there's so many people that come to us for leases, and we actually find out that they would qualify for rent to own. And we had our seminar this morning on that. Um, the update with it would be, yeah, if you have poor credit, okay, where you're not going to qualify with a bank, but you have the 5% to put down, then rent to own is for you, right? And this is going to help you. It basically means you're not going to qualify with a bank. Maybe you're self employed. Maybe you don't show all the cash that you earn. You're writing things off. So that's really exciting, right? That's an opportunity for people. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think, someone will say, okay, I'm a new realtor or I've moved to a new area, I'm struggling to get going. Well, how do I even get leases, right? So, one way, of course, would be calling who? Who do I call? Yep, you could call landlords. You could call agents that have leases that don't necessarily want to deal with the tenant, right? You can run Facebook Marketplace ads. Those are free. They're free. Yes. And we have sort of a qualifying process that we teach our agents about, right? Now, you have to be careful around the legislation of what's legal, but ultimately, we want to see some form of documents, or at least that these people are prepared as potential tenants, that they already have, you know, their proof of employment, that they have recent credit scores, and we typically want to see them from TransUnion, right? Uh, like there's a couple different companies that we would accept them from, and you have to be careful with fraudulent documents, right? So as a realtor, being super careful. We also, because they're going to have to show their ID for the lease, you can actually take a photo of their driver's license and take the number off that, put it into a program that we have a link for, and that will actually check to make sure those people are actually real, right? Or more. Yeah. And it's so funny, right? You hear so many realtors say, oh, I don't do leases. Oh, it's so much work, right, for what you get. All of us do leases. Like even myself, I still have clients, that I will go and lease for. And I also won't charge them on our end because it's a service for the client, for our investors and people close to us. So yeah, this is a game changer. If every new agent got out there and ran Facebook Marketplace ads and, you know, advertised on Kijiji for leases and actually went to agents and said, "Hey, you have these leases up. Do you want me to work with the tenants?" They don't want referrals 99% of the time because it's not worth it. But there are realtors that have built their entire business on leases, right? And sometimes that's all they do, 10, 15,000 a month. Some of the leases for, especially in the city areas, can be, yeah, like crazy, crazy high, right? Like 5,000, 6,000 is like average. In Toronto, you might be 8, 10, 15,000 on a lease. So yeah, I think that is such a gold mine. And it was interesting. I was at a conference speaking on Monday, and a very big team leader, one of the top ones for Canada, he was there, and that's exactly what his message was. His message was, guys, you want to do business, get out there and do leases. Like, you have to learn and start somewhere, and you might as well start there. Like, and it should be something that as a service, you're providing for your clients long term. So you don't get to a place where you go, oh, well, I'm too good to do leases, right? You're not too good to do leases. It pays your bills. It's the bread and butter, people, right? And I was going to say too, like law of reciprocity, right? Because we do believe in give before you receive, serve other people without expectation of return, and it will literally come back to you a hundredfold. Not necessarily from that person specifically, but that's a universal God law, whatever you would like to refer to it as. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. And I would say for the cool thing is you want to take any leases from the brokerage. It's nice to reach out to the agent and ask. Technically, with a brokerage, you're able to advertise. Um, and if it's let's say your brokerage doesn't have a lot of listings, then going to speak to someone else with leases at another brokerage, 9 times out of 10, they're going to let you advertise it because they just want it leased, right? Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. I think, you need to do these ads. You need to get on. Courtney can talk a little bit about when someone registers and gives their information, how quickly you're going to make contact. Once you are going to meet the client, you need to be prepared. So, print the information sheet, have a professional folder that you're carrying everything in, dress in a professional way, make sure your car's clean, make sure the inside of your car doesn't look like a bomb went off, right? Because, the way that people take care of things is the way people take care of everything, right? So if your car's a mess, the way you're dressing is a mess, your hair's a mess, my belief system would be, and the vast majority of people would be, this person's not, careful about details, which you need to be for contracts. We're dealing with legal things, right? So, and always make sure you're on time, that if you're early or late, you call for permission to go in, right? That's a biggie. And making sure you're giving feedback to those agents after the fact. If you can just send a quick text and say, hey, this is what's going on, this is how my client felt about it, you are going to be so much better received by other agents. So, again, highly professional always. And make sure you have business cards when you're showing so you can leave those and make sure that the tenant or the owner had a chance to see that you actually showed up for your appointment. And so, Courtney, okay, so they have, let's say they've done a Facebook Marketplace ad or Kijiji. It's a good quality one. They have a phone number, they have an email. So, how quickly are you, as someone who does over 50,000 calls a year, how quickly are you going to call and what are you going to say? Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. And just remember, warm and competent gets paid more. right? You definitely need to show up and be authentic and genuine and your real self and there to serve people. And when you do that, they feel it and they want to work with you and they want to refer you to other people to work with because they see that you show up, you're on time, you do what you say you're going to do, you're responsive, right? All of those things. So, anyway, we hope that helps. Get out there, do your 100 leases for the year. Guys, if you do 200 leases or 100 leases in a year, like the team does, that basically like even at an average of 2,500 bucks, right? You're up like 125, 150,000 as a minimum that you're earning, right? Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Absolutely. And we're going to be doing a seminar just on that, which is the pathway to $1 million in gross commission income as a sales representative. So, anyway, we want to thank you for coming out and being a part of this today. We hope you enjoy. Any comments and questions, just reach out to us. You want to follow us at, um, let's see, which one? Yeah, let's go Instagram. Or yeah, join underscore Jennifer underscore Jones. And we are the top 10 of the Toronto Real Estate Board under the Jennifer Jones Real Estate Team, which is also on Instagram. So follow us. We run a lot of free seminars, a lot of free training, and we're just always happy to collaborate and help others. So, anyway, we hope you all have a great day. Okay, one sec. Okay. Oh my God.